Hello and welcome to Lesson 4 and 5 of Unit 1 Income. These are the last two lessons before we have a review and a test. So we're going to talk about salary and commission. So the first is salary. So in the past we've talked about hourly rates, we've talked about piecework, we've talked about how to calculate that. Salary is a little bit different. It's a set pay that you earn on a regular basis. So no matter what, you know exactly what's going to come in your paycheck, which can be a very good thing, or it can be not so good, depends on your paycheck. There's two different types of ways you can get paid salary. For the most part, there's a lot of different actually, but the two common is weekly and bi-weekly. So weekly is a check that you get every single week, and bi-weekly is every other week. So your bi-weekly check will be a little bit larger, but you have to be able to spread it over 2 weeks. Careers with salaries, teachers, doctors, police officers, engineers, and a lot more actually. So salary per pay period. So to figure out how much you're getting for your check, whether it's weekly or biweekly, or even monthly, is you're going to take your total annual pay. Annual means yearly. And you're going to divide that by the number of pay periods. So it could be, if you're talking weekly, there's 52 weeks in a year. So you would divide that by 52. You get 52 equal paychecks. Or if bi-weekly, you would be dividing it by 26. So 26 equal paychecks. So let's check this out. It says Maisha earns $42,900 per year. Find her bi-weekly salary. So we're going to take her annual pay, which is $42,900, and we're going to divide that by the number of pay periods. So if we're talking bi-weekly, we just said that bi-weekly is 26 equal payments, so we're going to divide by 26. And you should get $1,650, and that's the amount that Maisha would earn for each paycheck.
Okay, so number 2, we are talking about Ebony's bi-weekly salary, which is $3,985. So part A says, what is her annual salary? So to go from bi-weekly to annual salary, the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, how is it changing? So bi-weekly is every 2 weeks. Going to annually, you have to realize that you're getting bigger. From bi-weekly to annually, you're getting a lot bigger. So think about what operations are going to make your number bigger, and hopefully you come to the decision that it's best to multiply here. So we're going to use 3,985, and we're going to multiply by our number that's associated with biweekly. Again, biweekly is 26. So when I do that, my answer is going to be 103,610. Now that is a number that could absolutely be a yearly salary. That's a very good yearly salary, actually. So it makes sense. I'm making more yearly than bi-weekly. For part B, it asks what her monthly salary is. Well, we just found what her annual or yearly salary was with 103,610. From there, to get to monthly, we're getting smaller. We're working in the reverse direction here. So instead of multiplying, we're going to end up dividing. We're going to start with that 103,610. And we're going to divide by the number associated with monthly. We didn't write this one down on the last slide, but monthly, there's 12 months in a year, so we're going to divide by 12. When we do this, our answer comes to 8,634.16 repeating. So when we have that 6 repeating like that, we would look to the next number. The 6 is going to tell my 6 to round up, and we're going to keep those two numbers after the decimal point, and our change is going to be 17 cents. So $8,634.17 monthly, which is more than biweekly, less than annually. It checks out. We're good to go.
Commission is another way to earn money. There is definitely incentive in commission. It's the amount of money paid for a sale or a service. So, for example, if you're talking about real estate, some of you said you were interested in real estate, which is buying and selling houses. If you do, you get pretty much like a percentage of your sales. So if you sell like a $300,000 house and you get a 10% commission, you'll get what, $3,000 pretty much in your pocket. So if you don't sell anything, you may not get commission. But so commission usually runs between single digits, 1% to 9%. It could be higher if depending on what you're working. So let's see. A commission rate is your percentage of your total sales services that gets added to your paycheck. There are two types of commission. One is a straight commission, which means it's the only money that's coming in. And straight commission is calculated by your sales multiplied by that percent rate, whatever commission percent that you're getting. Guys, we're going to be working with percentages a lot this year, and it's the same exact process. You take whatever number you're working with. If you want to find a percent of it, you multiply by the decimal of that percent. So we're going to take a look at an example right now. So this is actually true. On the side, I sell skincare. It's really high-end skincare. So when my customers actually purchase product from me, I get a significant amount. I used to get 34% straight commission, which is very high, but I had to fulfill some sort of requirement, like I had to sell a specific amount, and I wasn't selling that amount because this is not my actual everyday job. It's just like a side business because I like the product. So my actual commission now is down to 15%, but that's okay. I used to make 34%. So if I sell $9,400 worth of product, how much do I make? So you're going to take your sales, which is $9,400, and we're going to multiply it by the percent of 34, but we're going to change that into a decimal. If you were in class, you would hear Mr. Parisi sing Beyonce, because we're going to move that decimal to the left 2 times because percent is out of 100. So you could divide it by 100, but it's just a quick way to move it to the left twice, if you remember that from middle school. So you're going to multiply by 0.34, and that's actually going to give you your straight commission, which is $3,196. You were quicker than I was. Which is pretty high commission. Your commission's always going to be less than your sales, so if it's more, then something's wrong. Just make sure that's in check.
Okay, so number 2, we've just got the table here with a bunch of different situations. No word problems, so this one's nice and to the point. So the first one is a real estate agent. They have $198,000 worth of sales, and their commission rate is 8%. So what we're going to do here, we know we're going to multiply because we're using a percentage. Anytime we have a percentage, we're going to be multiplying, okay? So with that 8%, we're going to take our decimal point and we're going to move it 2 places to the left. So that 8% is going to become a new number. Now you'll notice we got the 2 little bumps there. The first one was filled with the 8, so we were fine. The second one was empty. Anytime you have an empty little loop down there, you have to fill it with a 0. So my new value is 0.08. So 198,000 times 0.08, your commission is going to be $15,840. Now that is quite a lot of money, but again, you're selling a house, which is a very expensive sale. So your commission is going to be much more high for something like that as opposed to selling computers like in the next example. So with the next one, we've got computers. We sold $18,100 worth of computers. Again, we've got to move that decimal. So we're going to move that decimal twice. Our 2% is going to change to 0.02. So 18,100 times 0.02 comes to $362. Clearly much less for commission. There was less sales there, and also the commission rate was less, so that's going to be a lot less than the first problem.
At any point, you guys, if you want to pause this and try a couple on your own and then play it and see if you got the answers right, just to do it yourself, please feel free.
Number 3, we sold some major appliances, so maybe some dishwashers, some fridges, some ovens, for $9,598. We moved the decimal point on that 6%, so my new value is 0.06. So $9,598 times 0.06 gets us $575.88 for our commission. Number 4, we have clothing, $1,311 worth of clothing. and our commission rate is 9%. So when we move that decimal twice, it ends up being 0.09. So I'm going to multiply because I'm dealing with the percent, and my answer comes to $117.99.
Sometimes when you go into retail and they ask you at the counter when you're checking out who helped you today, that could be because of commission.
The last problem that looks like this, we're selling computer supplies, $929 worth. We've got 15%, so when we move our decimal here, we move it twice, and actually each one of those loops is going to be filled with a number. The first loop is going to be filled with 5, the second loop is going to be filled with the 1. So here, I don't need to add any 0 in there. My new value is just 0.15. So 929 times 0.15 gets us $139.35. And that's how much money we made in commission. For the last question, you see they kind of give you the answer already. The commission value is $2,052.51, and they tell you the total sales. So we're working in the reverse direction. We are no longer going to be multiplying because we don't have a percent. We want to find our percent. So working backwards, the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to start with our answer with that $2,052.51. We're going to divide that by $68,417 in sales, and our commission rate comes to 0.03. So that is correct, and that is a correct value for this problem. If we wanted to take it a step further to get full credit, though, and really finish off with the percentage, all we'd have to do is move our decimal 2 places to the right to find our percentage, and we'll see that 0.03 is really equal to 3%. That's going to be our commission rate.
The second form of commission has to do with something called a base pay. So a base pay is a set amount of money that will always be included in your paycheck. So for example, if you've ever gone to purchase a car, car salesmen have a base pay, which means you're going to get that money no matter what. And then in addition to that, you're going to get any type of commission of all the cars that you sell, a percentage of the cars that you sell. But you need to meet quota for the most part because people aren't just going to pay you to sit around. So car salesmen, some retail is base pay.
Insurance agents.
Insurance agents.
Did you know you could save 15% or more by switching to Geico?
Really? Interesting. I'll call today. All right. So total commission with base pay, you pretty much just add them up. Find the commission with the commission rate and then add up your base salary. Demir sells football equipment. He is guaranteed a minimum of $1,500 per month. So no matter what, that's his base pay, whether he sells or whether he doesn't. He also, in addition to that, gets 5.75% of his total sales. So that's your rate. If Demir sold $8,252 in football equipment to the local college, how much would he receive as his gross pay? Remember, gross pay is your pay before taxes come out. So you're going to take your base pay plus your commission. So it's going to be $1,500. And then you're going to add that to 5%, 5.75% of the sales, which is $8,252, just like we did in the...
Remember to make sure you're switching your percentage. We're not writing it in as 5.75. We're going to write it in as 0.0575, because when I have that 5.75%, that decimal moves twice. I got to fill my empty space with a 0, so that's where I got that number from.
So when we calculate that through, your commission, just straight without the base pay, is going to be $474.49. Add that to your base pay, which is $1,500, and we should get a total of $1,974.49. So next time you go to a car place and they're trying to sell you a car, tell them that you don't need those heated seats because you know that that's going to put more money in their pocket. Unless you really want the heated seats, then definitely get the heated seats. All right, guys, do the homework that's due for next week. Please reach out if you have any questions. There's a really good handful of you who are doing very, very well, and I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. It's not too late to start, so let's get those homeworks in.